Don't do that again.
All right. So why is there so much parent-adolescent conflict in contemporary Western civilization? There we go. There we go. So we talked about how adolescence maybe is a stage now in development and a different stage in life. So here we go. Especially my jokes, cold, I guess.
The only time I went on yellow and red was the whole graveyard. I went on yellow ones because Mrs. Becker was not at me for talking, but it was.
Wait, what?
We're talking about elementary.
Oh.
I wasn't in line, right? I got put on red because Chris Gonzalez pushed me and I pushed him back. But he didn't get in trouble. I was in elementary. I remember when I had anger issues to make sure that, and I never had a chair.
All right, get working. Over.
I'm tired. Jamie put that during our test. I got a chair thrown at my head by Jaquan Jackson.
I tripped the teacher.
Was it me? Yeah, was it me?
Yeah, well, that was elementary.
Why did you do it on purpose? Who was it? Oh, she was my sugar teacher. She goes to my church. She's on council with me. I had to help in 6th grade in Mr. Adams' class, and we one of the guys are Jake when he stood up and threw a chair at me. Yeah. Do you remember when that substitute teacher? Yeah. You remember like substitute teacher like tried to like drag Jake on from the library? And Jake mom was just like, that was funny. Where is he? Jake no, Jake mom. So he's at school.
You guys done?
I'm done.
All right, there's a lot of talking here.
Right. Are we not allowed to talk?
No.
Or we are putting silent data here now?
Yeah, because everything I say is.
But I'm not answering the question today. It's not
Everything
great.
you say will be held yesterday.
Yes.
Maybe it was because of you. I need to shut that down. Can I answer your number here, please?
1 second.
I got my business testing. What you got? 54. Nice. On my business, but it's okay because we can drop our lowest grade. I just wrote some stuff. I wish we could do that. Oh my god. Wait, what's this for? What's that? Drop the lowest grade? Business. Well, he does it. This is yeah. Well, my keyboard isn't working. You need your keyboard to work again? And it won't let me type.
Yeah, where's Tegan at today?
She's sick. Her dad is sick.
All righty, here, let's get to it. So why is there so much parent-adolescent conflict in contemporary Western society? So we went over this a little bit. The other day. I think it was Wednesday. Tuesday, I went over the information. I know that, but what do we got? Go ahead, Sarah.
There's more social changes, like internet use more.
Yeah, so rapid social change, good. So technology, that's a big one. So social media. I don't know, utilizing a keyboard. Believe it or not, I had to show a teacher here how to find the exclamation point.
He told us a story.
I did? Oh, don't tell him. Okay. Yeah, good. All right. What else here? Go ahead, Leah.
Children like to challenge their parents for freedom to grow faster, and parents are met in their ways and don't want to like change. Plus, there's all kinds of new technology that allow our parents to track us and see our everything.
Oh, yeah, the tracking devices. How does that work?
It tracks you by your phone. So wherever your phone is, it tells them where you are. Yeah.
What about the ones for your car?
Look on the freaking app.
That's what Tegan was saying yesterday.
No, my grandma called me and she's like, where are you? Honestly, just look at the app on your phone. It's making dead.
That's true. Are you that lazy? You can't look it up.
You took the time to call me. You can check.
Yeah, how about it? Okay, yeah. So different forms of well, technology especially, right? How that is changing. And it looks like we're moving past our parents and moving past that age where they don't know how to utilize these forms of technology. I think it's funny when my dad or some of my dad's friends, when they're on Twitter, they make all these hashtags that make no sense. Like they have spaces in them. It's like this long drawn out sentence. I'm like, that's not a hashtag. Don't do that.
Hashtag I know my law. That's a sentence.
Well, theirs is a
Yeah, but
lot
they, like,
longer
put
than that.
spaces in
Spaces and like this thing is just
It's like a
ridiculous.
paragraph.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
I'm like, dude, you can't do that. I like to tell him about it, but I don't want to break his dreams. I don't want to be offensive. Roy, what do you have?
Just, technology advancements are faster.
All right, yeah, good job, good job. House, school.
Has changed. It's gotten a lot harder.
Yeah, good job. So changes in life, right? Society and how school is, especially college, right? How prices of that is went through the roof. It's higher than it's ever has been.
Besides that, classes that our parents took in college, we're taking in high school.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so learning's a little bit more advanced. They don't understand how difficult it is to pick up on these new types of theories and beliefs and methods, practices, principles, you name it. Okay, good. Madden, what do you have?
This is that, like, kids try to grow up so fast.
Okay, yep. So challenging. Yep. So I think I talked about the realist, the idealist, right? So idealists, mostly youth, they want to see the, I guess you could say, justice within every decision. They want to see, ideally, our society go in the right direction. And they're more, I guess, say progressive, right? And adults more stuck in their ways. They're not going to change their beliefs, their thoughts on certain matters. And that's causing a lot of strife, a lot of issues.
Glass half full versus glass half empty.
Yeah, yeah, good job. But we all know as adolescents, we all know as we're going through this adolescent stage, are we dependent on our parents? Are we relying on them? Yes, we are. So that's kind of something else they hold over our heads. I don't know how many times I heard from my dad, well, you lived under my, yeah, you lived at my house for so long. I provided for you. Well, now he's dropping stuff off in my garage I have. I'm like, yo, come on. He goes, well, I did so much for you, remember? I'm like, all right, dude. I think this is over and done with now, but whatever.
How long's it been in the garage?
A long time. He's storing his mower there and his fiance's mower. I'm like, what is this?
Why do they both have their own? Wow.
Well,
They
when he
are.
owned his house and she has her house, so they had two, but still. I'm like, what is this? Well, we need to fit my car in her garage because he just sold his
There's a
house.
storage shed now.
I said, that's what I said. What am I? That Harry's, you pull it down here.
Well, we did puberty right, so we're on courtship.
Okay, courtship, homogamy,
That's dating.
and Willard Waller. Who?
I don't know, that's I know.
Yeah, yeah. And his beliefs on dating. Dating? What?
Whoa. Why am I talking about that? Because we're talking about adolescence. Yes, it is.
Everybody goes on dates here, I think, huh?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Not being that guy.
No, you're not. Not anymore. You changed. He's a new
I
man.
never went on a date before.
You did. The idea of dates is kind of weird.
What?
Like you're going out with a stranger just for, like, I don't know.
Okay, well, you tried this.
That's like awkward.
Don't do online dating. Well, even if you had an idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should know a little bit about the person before you. It's not like a blind date or anything like
Some
that.
people do go on blind dates. I could never.
Like love is blind.
Like imagine I go on a blind date. I just hate that. I'm like, I know.
What is that?
That's what no next guy.
What?
No next guy.
picture?
What?
Was that a
Oh my
picture?
God, yeah. So it's in the side though, don't worry. I just started to see.
Why can't it be Friday today?
I'm a little scared of that.
There are so many people absent because of contact tracing.
You think we'll be here tomorrow?
I don't know. Yeah. How much snow are we
We
gonna
have
get? You
12
think?
cases too, so.
We are in the 2 to 4 range.
I don't
No,
know.
3 to 5 range.
I don't make those decisions.
No, I know. But I'm taking all my stuff on just in case. we're into snow.
That is a great plan.
I know. Well, I bet a lot of kids are not gonna take their iPads home or
I
their cell
take
phone
my
on
iPad
purpose
every day.
because they know that that's their excuse not to work that.
Well, it's on their own. It's on them.
Yeah, we can see.
But
that.
hey, I will be accepting of any work that is late.
We can see
They'll
that
take a
in
penalty,
Ryan's
though.
box.
That's
Huh? That's never, don't even. I always give you time. All right. So teenagers and dating. What? What is this?
Go back.
What is this?
I know you just took
What?
Go back.
I can't. I already have the presentation started. I'd have to exit out of it. I'll get it after I'm done.
Worship, Sammy, and blow your ball.
All right. So teenagers and dating. I thought this was funny. Couples back then, we met at the Crazy Fun event. Now we met on an app.
He smoked.
How true is that?
Okay, but like,
It's not really that true.
What do you mean?
a lot of there's like Match.com,
Bumble,
Hinge,
Tinder?
Tinder.
But like,
A lot of those are just
that's
hookups.
not around here. Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
Sarah, there's a lot of people. that
My
do
brother
that.
has
Facebook?
I'll just tell
Facebook?
those stories.
Mason has Tinder.
Yeah,
What's wrong with that?
a lot of people
It's
do
not.
it.
It's not for dating though.
He's trying to find a soulmate.
But like online even. Some
Maybe
people,
not.
like, some people like meet somebody on like Facebook, like from their area.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
just get together.
From like local schools. Yeah. So like, let's say, I don't know.
I don't go anywhere to meet people.
You don't? No. Okay. I thought this was funny. Future. We met because our Google glasses said we have a lot in common. Like what form of technology is going to come next where we just find ourselves with someone through what an app's telling us. I thought that kind of fit too with the social dilemma. Tinder. You sit down. My jokes aren't funny, clearly. All right, well known in the United States, not a universal phenomenon. So before industrialization and even World War II, which is pretty crazy to think, but that's not too long ago if you think of it. Arranged marriages were a thing. I couldn't imagine that, where your parents are just picking and choosing who you're dating, who you're going to be in a relationship with, who you're going to marry. Leah, would you be accepted of that if your grandparents told you who you need to marry or
No,
date?
because they choose the horrible person.
What? What do you mean? They're looking out the best interest of you. No? They'd
They're
probably
looking
look
for the
up
best
on,
interest in themselves, not me.
they'd text you, how's the date going?
I'd be like, I want to actually.
Oh my gosh.
But I have like 360, so they'd find me.
What?
I said I have like 360, so they'd find me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go in ghost mode
So that it gives them a notification when you do that.
But
during quarantine.
No, if you do ghost mode.
oh, they're around.
During quarantine, my girlfriend's big on snap maps. So she like looks on snap maps for everybody. It's kind of funny when she's bored. So during quarantine, like I would hang out with my friend every now and then, and she goes, "You turn off. I can't find your character. I can't find you on Snap Maps." I'm like, "Yeah, weird. I don't know what's going on." I put on ghost mode. She goes, "What are you doing?" Yeah, I was hanging out with my buddy.
Why couldn't she know that? She just not like it.
She freaks out. She's like, "Oh, I just did it more because she's always looking on Snap Maps."
Because she wants to make sure you're okay.
I'm like, "No,
And
you're
not
that
ignore her.
bored and you're that nosy to see where people are."
Yeah, I do that all the time.
I do that too.
Creep. All right. So predating the United States, courtship, express purpose, and eventual marriage. So very formal and structured. You're holding the door open for the woman as she's getting in the car. You're getting flowers for the woman, right? Roy? Yes. Valentine's Day, yeah, because that's our
That's your
anniversary.
anniversary.
Oh,
Can you please propose?
no, not yet. I won't tell you about it either.
She's not gonna tell us.
I was hoping on my Christmas break that you come back with exciting news. Yeah.
Why? I know.
You could have said, "Oh, me
I need to
too."
follow suit of my students here.
No.
All right, supervised by adults 100% of the time. Can you imagine that? Your grandparents sitting there, Leah, just watching you guys watch a movie or something. What do you mean?
I wouldn't even want to talk to them. It'd be so weird. Like I wouldn't even want to talk to the guy I was with because I'd be like, this is so awkward. They're gonna listen to everything you're saying.
That's kind of like the reference I talked about earlier about how our phones, like the landlines, my brother used to listen in on who I was talking to. My dad never did it, but I thought it was funny. But back in the day, that's how it was. Yeah. Making sure.
Back in the day.
With the landline phone. You don't know what a landline phone is. Do you?
I have one.
Oh, no. Oh, he has an old one then.
I have one on my wall.
So when you brought a girl home, your parents were right.
No, I'd always usually be downstairs and My dad was funny with it. He would sprint down the steps as fast as he could. And we'd just be like sitting on different chairs, like, oh, what's up? What's the hurry? Is the house falling down? Oh, that was funny.
You're like on opposite sides of the room.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, oh, all right. What do you mean why?
He's being bullied.
Yeah. That's what I tell you guys anyway. All right, anyway, marriage, time, age at which a man acquire property necessary to support a family. Yeah, I know, right? I bought a home. I bought a home. We're living there. We're just not married yet. Why?
She wants to be invited. No, you're getting up there, right?
What are you saying here? You're saying I'm an old man, an old fart.
Getting up there. Yeah, well, you better eat. Life's like a kind of.
You know, nowadays though, people are getting married at like 60, so
Oh my gosh.
there's no time.
Yeah,
left.
but do you want
kids, don't
children?
you? How do you know he wants kids? That's his choice.
I don't know.
You want kids? You gotta think about the menopause.
Hey, this is my lesson here, and let me teach it. You guys can ask questions about my life later. All right.
Oh, I want to hear the yes or no question.
Oh, what was that?
You want kids?
I do.
Then
Eventually.
You better get on
We got all
it.
the action figures to share.
I know.
Oh, you guys can play.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Casual dating emerged at the same time as the Industrial Revolution. So this is where we're kind of separating ourselves from this. The parents are ascribing our relationship and detailing who we need to be with, and we're kind of pushing back against that. And a lot of that has to do with the functionalist approach. You remember talking about the functionalist approach
Yeah.
of sociology? Yeah, the institutions in our life. Well, these institutions is our way of interacting with other people in our society. So where we share commonalities, like where we go to school, where we go to college, right? There's a commonality there. I met my girlfriend at college, at an institution. Functionalist perspective of sociology. See how that works?
So you guys went to the same college.
Yeah.
So small campus.
She was a cheerleader. I was a football player.
What a stereotype.
I know, right?
What did she major in?
Psychology. She's a mental health counselor
Why is it-
at Lime Mountain.
She should teach us psychology.
No. Actually,
Are
she
you
could.
better at it?
I talk about some of the. No, I don't know. I think teaching it, you understand a little bit more than actually just being a student. So when I always make a joke. It's like, I went to college and just learned how to pass.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really learn any concepts, right? You just learn how to get through it. My one buddy always says that. He goes, I went to college and paid all this money to learn nothing, just to get by. Like, geez, okay.
Just to get your.
Now, I know a little bit stuff about history, I guess. All right. Anyway, so young people had more time, were put into situations where they began to come into contact with other young people, like I said, through these institutions, through this functionalist approach and this perspective of sociology. Through these institutions, we meet new people, we have relationships with people that obviously we form through these institutions in our society. And they're ever changing, right? And technology, you can even add a new element where we're almost going to this online platform where we're meeting people over apps, Tinder, Bumble, right?
Those are mostly hookups.
They're
Not
dating.
Friends
They're
with
dating
friends.
apps.
Mason just
That's
wants
what the
to get
commercial
party.
says. Facebook.
Mason just invites them to parties.
Oh, look at that.
That's not reality
That's a
anymore.
cute little
That's like a first date type thing. Oh, we love each other so much. Oh, we're having so much fun.
It's cold.
Oh my gosh. All right. Homogamy is just a tendency of individuals who marry people who have social characteristics similar to their own. So similar beliefs, maybe political beliefs. Maybe it's a shared of, let's say, an institution, a field of study, or maybe it's just that they have similar backgrounds, interests, and maybe similar forms of entertainment. It's just your belief. Do opposites attract? I don't know. Maybe. Depends. Do they make it work? All right. Anyway, Willard Waller, this guy here, he actually was a sociologist at Penn State, which is pretty cool. And this guy pretty much put a fork in the whole design relationship to marriage. He said kids don't want to do that. They want to date because they want to open up more. They want to be more I guess you say open to socialization. It's not like people are dating to get married right away, right?
Want to experience multiple. Like they want to like know what different types of people are like.
Yes, it's more just like you're picking ideas out, you're trying to experience people and their influences and try to base who you want to maybe marry eventually, right? You're just living in the moment.
Yeah, but I just think that's so stupid that
You can't. You can't.
oh,
like,
I'm
go
just
into
gonna
it,
date
though.
this person just for a little bit, just for fun. Like you,
Yeah.
I feel like you always need to think like, oh,
You gotta see if it works.
Yeah, you can't like always expect to get married to somebody you're dating.
Yeah, let's face it, your high school sweethearts, most likely you're not gonna marry.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's very rare, but it does happen sometimes.
Yeah, Michaela and Matt have been dating for 8 years now.
My
My
uncle
sister
and
like
aunt
to-
are married and
My
they're.
mom.
Are they
was like-
engaged?
Not yet.
Well, get off my back then. I got 2 more
My
years.
sister's still in college.
So,
So what?
Angel's in
My
high
mom
school
was
yet?
in 8th grade and my dad was a senior when I started dating down there.
Oh,
But
wow. Okay, there you go. That works then.
8th grade.
yeah, so don't say that.
I'm just saying, typically,
8th
statistically, it
grade.
just doesn't work.
I think that's the only date my dad ever
Really?
had.
Okay.
My mom.
All right. Mate selection. Why do we select partners that what we do? Well, we might have similarities. Homogamy, like I said, we might have similar interests, entertainment. 2, recreation. So Waller said, well, we're just dating for the fun of it. We're trying to experience new people and forms of entertainment and just a new way of life that might be different from our traditional home background or family background. It's not like we're looking to marry the first person we date.
No.
Typically, it never happens that way. Sorry to break your heart back there. Oh, okay. All right.
College office.
Nice. Stud. All right, 3, mechanism of socialization. So I like I said, to experience new avenues, new institutions, new ways of life, new forms of entertainment, and how we can form these connections to build our own character. 4, psychological needs. So companionship, understanding, maybe it's just someone to talk to. Maybe it's a different route that we don't need to get into. Who knows, right? Who knows? Attain status, what does that mean?
Like gain a status.
Yeah, to gain a status. So maybe it's dating someone that might be popular, right? I think that's the real way of dating. What do you mean? It's
I wouldn't date somebody popular.
Yeah.
dating a football star, right? The softball
that's so
star. I
Only
don't
if
know.
I'm like an NFL
And then he's a
housewife.
jerk to you.
He's a jerk. Yeah. I guess so. All right, dating patterns. Traditional responsibility. Fell to male, ask parents for money. What? Yeah. Ritualized, structured rules, set activities. Began casually. Moves to going steady. Okay. So early on, men were commended for being chivalrous. And why is it not the case anymore?
They don't care.
They don't care. Women don't care. Women are more independent now, right? They can make choices and decisions for themselves, except when it comes to go out to eat. I hate that decision with my girlfriend
I
every
will
time.
never
we go
make that
somewhere.
decision.
Can't stand it. Where do you want to go eat? I don't care. What? And we go somewhere. I wish we would have ate here instead. Oh my.
You
Oh
should have said
my.
that. My pappy, he was telling me because every time, like, me and my granny go out on like little dates together, and like they go out to eat, and he goes, I swear she likes to argue, like she just likes to argue because he'll be there, and then she'll say she doesn't know where she wants to go, so he'll start listing things, and she says no to every single one of them.
Oh
until
my.
he finally says the thing she wanted anyway. You know?
That's hilarious.
I got bathroom.
What? Hurry up.
Oh, hey, I didn't get to finish thinking.
Hurry up. Got one more slide. I got to move through there in
Go.
PowerPoint. All right. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's how your
Share your
grandparents
milkshake.
used to share a milkshake. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, it's COVID. It's a pandemic. You can't do that.
Never working in an ice cream shop, but ice cream's his favorite thing.
Really? Oh, nice. Around here.
No.
Oh.
They lived in Mississippi.
Oh, wow. Jeez. All right. So dating patterns. So contemporary present time, teenagers are more spontaneous. They'll open up to do more things, different activities. I once went to a date. Where did we go? Played laser tag, which is pretty cool. And then we went to this bounceplex thing. That was fun. Like this big, it's called hooplas up in Schmokin Dam. It's like the big trampolines everywhere. I thought that was pretty cool. different type of
Yeah.
date. What, you didn't like it?
No, I said it's true when they come to
The one girl I was dating, yeah. It was fun. It didn't work out. Maybe that's why. I was doing wrestling moves on her and in the tramp lounge.
Did he go to a rally? That's what-
All right.
Amish
If they stay with-
divorces.
Yeah, usually never happens. Huh?
If they stay with you after you take the cheer competition, then
Hey, yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
awful.
Or sitting through a wrestling tournament that's all day
I would
long.
never go.
That's terrible.
I would never do
Jeepers. Okay.
that. Wrestling is so boring.
You're just like hugging each other in the middle of the mat till one of you falls.
Yeah,
Dolly Parton.
I like basketball.
How we perceive ourselves on different social media platforms.
Literally.
What the heck? All right. So real quick, I need to go through this last
No.
thing here.
Can we think of mental health day tomorrow?
I want to assign an assignment here for you
You're
first.
signing homework?
It's easy though. It's easy.
So,
All right. So consequences of social problems facing contemporary teenagers. So today's world. All right. Number one, increased sexual activity. You find it all the time on media outlets. You see it in advertisement. You see it in shows, movies, constantly heading towards sexual activity. It's like you can't escape it. And there's a reason for it. Sex sells, right? And especially in advertisement.
Movies, books, literally everything.
Movies all the time. That uncomfortable situation where you're watching a movie with your mom or your dad, and all of a sudden a scene like that comes up, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna. It's just like pull up my phone. Whoa, what happened? I missed that part. I think it's hilarious. But anyway, consequences: teenage pregnancy. Emotional stress, especially when that partner doesn't work out, or maybe they're seeing someone else. They have a side chick, maybe. Exposure to STDs such as syphilis and AIDS. Oh my gosh, look out, look out. So number one, increased sexual activity. Number two, drug use. Look
You
at this,
have no time to write
this
this
meme
stuff.
up there.
You know what you should do?
What?
You should start like posting the presentation.
'Cause I can
You
actually
mean
write
the
my
video
notes
lesson?
there.
No.
You can pause the
an
video then.
actual PowerPoint. I don't know.
Okay.
You don't.
You
Drug
just pause
use.
it and you just view them. No, you just pause it in the video, you
You
bang
bang
it,
it,
you
you
can
can
still
still see what it does. You just don't.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
God.
Drug use causes dropping out of school, having friends who use drugs, social and academic adjustment problems, hostile family setting, feelings of rejection. Consequences: drug addiction, drug-related violence, court, illness, death. 2 periods. Second and fifth.
First period.
What a guy.
Did you hear any more about that?
Boy,
Or-
no,
No?
no.
We were talking about drug use.
Yeah,
Talking about
contemporary
friendship and
relationships.
Relationships with drug use,
Yeah,
Yeah, it leads to drug use.
relationships.
lead to drug use.
Sometimes it makes me. Yeah. I gotta say, I can't disagree.
Oh, why? All right, next one.
Alcohol.
Yep.
All right,
But
most
it's not-
drugs use alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, pharmaceuticals. Okay, there you go. So moving on, we know drugs. Another factor, suicide. Causes depression, confusion, self-doubt, alcohol or drug use, triggering events such as personal loss, family crisis, and social media just amplifies all of that. We talked about some unreal expectations that social media provides us that we just can't maybe reach. And maybe it's models, maybe it's the way people project themselves on social media with filters, and it looks fake almost. But we try to fit that mold, and when we realize it, it causes a lot of internal struggles, emotional problems. All right. Last thing here. You guys good?
I'm not ready on that. I'm just-
Yeah.
All right, suicide. Yep. Okay. Why kids commit suicide, alcohol and drug use, trigger events, age, why commit suicide, sex, popularity, density, cluster effect. Oh my gosh.
Rumors.
Rumors. Yep. Rumors have it. That song. All right. Last thing here I want you to do. Here's your homework. Review 5 to 10 songs you listen to right now.
Oh.
You can do this on your phone, use your laptop, find lyrics, whatever. Look at the problems facing adolescents that we just discussed. decide which of those issues comes up the most in popular music that you listen to. So we talked about suicide, we talked about drug use, we talked about sexual activity.
I think it's broken heart.
Well, whatever's brought up. Review 5 to 10 songs, like I said, and find what elements really come out. What I was just about to say, brutal. That is like the whole song. There you go.
I already have it. It's about broken heart.
I've been listening to Adele. And that's what
There
she
you
likes
go.
Crazy psycho girl.
All right, well, that's what I got.